In the previous part, we have learned about the operating system in general and the function of the operating system. And in this part, upon completion of this chapter, students should be able to describe the process of starting the computer and explain how to use the system software. In normal conversation, people would say switch on the computer or switch on the PC. All of these are the example process of starting the computer, and this also known as booting. Booting is computing term and means the process of starting or switch on the computer, and it can be initiated by hardware such as the button press or the software command. For booting, we have two types of booting. So one is cold booting, another one is warm booting. Cold booting is when the user is switched on the computer after if it has been powered off completely. Meanwhile, warm booting is when the user restarts the computer and it can be initialized by the operating system. In OS, the user can perform the warm booting by selecting the restart option from the start menu. The difference between cool and warm booting is the cool booting is process of starting the computer by involve the interruption of power supply, and then it also means it will clear all the temporary data from the previous one and the system and eliminates the issue that can affect the functionality of the computer. And warm booting is the process of restarting the computer without having any interruptions of power supply. For the system software, we can divide it into three sections, using system software as interface, and then how to manage the file, and number three is the utility programs. For the Windows interface, I'll show you the first interface by Windows released in 1985. The interface is very simple and got the small icon and menu, but it has minimal information and function. This is the current Windows interface. This is Windows 10 and currently we use this, and you can see we have a background on the back, and this is the desktop as the primary working area, and we have the taskbar to put the favorable application for easy access, and we also have other icons. Okay, this will be appeared when we click the start button here, right? And this is the latest version of Windows, that is Windows 11, and the expected release date in late 2021. Next is the Mac OS interface, and this is the first Mac OS System 1.0 that released in 1984, and normally you can see it has the icons similar with Windows that it can drag and drop into the target location. And this is the new one versions, GUI versions of Mac OS. Okay, this is the first versions named Cheetah, right? And this is only the key features on that time, released on 2001, right? And this is the current one named Monterey version 12, and will be released on this year, right? And this is the key features that improved from the previous versions. Big Sur. Right, and this is the Linux OS interface. The view is similar to Windows, and the icon is more similar to Mac's OS. For the Linux, it's all about the choice. You can choose your distributions to suit your needs, and you can see the environment have different types of versions. For example, GNOME. Okay, this is GNOME, and you have another one which is KDE version, and then we have another one, Pantheon versions, and last but not least is the Deepin desktop. For the file management, it's about the organizing file. In this section, we will cover on directory, the naming file conversions, file explorer, copy, editing and moving and deleting file, and last but not least, the file compressions. So this is the directory. When you open your My Computer, okay, you can see the hierarchical structure, okay, that followed by drive, the library, folder, subfolder, and file. And you can see this is the navigation pane that keep all your files. Okay, we have the folders here, file list, and the file path. So normally the file path will show you to the root directory. So the root directory is the place where all the files will be stored. The naming file is how you name your file document. It depends the type of your document, okay, and make sure it's meaningful, and make sure you know the file type, the naming conventions, and also the how many characters that we need to put in your file name. Next is the file explorer. Normally you can see the type of the files, right? And you can see the extension here, right? So it depends of your document. And then if you want to view your document, make sure you have latest or preferable or suitable software to view these documents. Next is editing and compressions. Normally for editing, we consist of copy, cut, rename, and delete. For unwanted file, you can send to recycle bin. Right, so for file compressions, normally you can click on the file and then you can search for this icon zip. If you don't have this icon, make sure you install WinZip or WinRAR that can make your file to be compressed or to be extracted, okay, for easier and faster to send your file through, especially through online. Next is the utility programs. The utility programs are small applications that perform special function and come in three functions. First, those are included with the OS that installed in your computer. Number two, those sold as standalone programs. Number three, those offered as freeware, such as adware from any legal websites. For this one, the basic utility designed to manage and tune the computer hardware are incorporated into the operating system. Meanwhile, for standalone utility program, typically offer more features for or an easier user interface for backup, security, diagnostic, or recovery functions. This example features in the utility program that installed in your computer. For a Windows utility program, you may have a disk cleanup, defragments and optimized drive, task manager and resource monitor, the file history and file recovery, and the system restore. And you might install standalone alternative software such as McAfee Total Protections, Norton's utility or defragment, and then Process Explorer or Acronis True Image, and then Norton Online Backup for backup process. And then you also can have this software, Firestone Restore IT and Acronis True Image, to restore back your system as previous. This is the features in the Windows Administrative Utility. The System Performance Utility involves disk cleanup, the Task Manager, and the disk defragment. In this cleanup features, okay, you can see your file or your storage will be appear in your view. So this is known as the total space possible to be freed, and this is the list of files that will be listed in this view, and you can choose by tick here to clean your storage. Okay, and if okay, you can click OK. Next is File and System Backup Utility that involve the file history and the system restore. So you can backup your files here by settings some informations in these sections, and the system will be restore all the information, all the content that you have set before. Finally, the accessibility utility. Microsoft Windows include an ease of access center, which is a centralized locations for assistive technology and tool to adjust accessibility settings. In the ease of access center, you can find these tools that help user with a disability. If you are not sure where to start or to set, it might help you with questionnaire, ask you about your routine tasks and provide a personal recommendations for setting that will allow you to use the computer. So this accessibility utility designs for user with special needs, right? And the first tools that we have in this category is magnifying tools that used to zoom in and zoom out the content, especially the small text. And then number two, we have the narrator that user can highlight the text, and the narrator or the computer will read to the user. Number three, we have speech recognition that allow you to dictate text and control your computer by voice. Number four, on-screen keyboard that allow you to type with a pointing device. And last but not least, the high contrast, which is you can allow or you can urge computer to control the color scheme while you are using the computer. I hope you can choose the best operating system that suits you, and hope all of this information will help you to choose and use the operating system in your computer. Thank you very much.